It's been 3.5 weeks since my last Afib attack. We're going to talk about how I've been feeling and what I've been doing. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Roussis, the Cycling Greek. My group ride starts at 7 a.m. It's now just before 6:30 and I've been warming up for a bit. The reason I've been warming up for a bit is that these guys I'm riding with, they're faster climbers, and this is going to be a 3+ hour ride. We're going to be doing a little over 40 miles and 4,000 feet of climbing. I am protecting my heart. I'm doing this so I don't put any undue pressure on my heart or my body, because undue pressure on my heart and my body, not to mention regular pressure on my heart and my body, can lead to another incidence of Afib. If I have a nice slow warm-up, get the heart rate up there, get my body all lubed, so to speak. At the end of the ride, I warm down so I don't just go from 60 to 0 just like that. The less pressure on my heart and system, the less possibilities of another Afib incident. There's other things that I do, a lot of other things, and we'll be talking about that later on. Oh, hey there.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey.
You still have time issues or good?
No, I'm good. We're good. I'm going to ride up again.
He's gonna leave
Yeah.
any minute.
So what's my heart been doing this past 3.5 weeks? There are some people that can't feel anything with their heart, and there's some people that feel everything. I'm one of those that feel everything, but I never felt anything before my first Afib incident about 4 years ago. My heart's been talking to me, but not like after my first incident or my second incident. It's a lot less. In fact, only once did I feel a 2-second, maybe 3-second acceleration in heart rate that got up to like 90 when I'm just sitting there. But usually I will feel a quick beat or a skipped beat. And it's not that it happens all the time, every once in a while. I'm doing this a lot more just to check on stuff, you know, when I feel that, but pretty much that's it for right now. I'm not as confident as before. And I notice that I'm not confident when I am just sitting around, but when I'm riding, I'm a lot more confident. Now you saw on that climb back there that I backed off when it was getting real steep because I didn't want my heart rate to go into the red zone. My riders are coming, so I think it's time to go back on the road. That was my second strength interval. The good thing is, I'm feeling a lot stronger than last week. Going back to feeling things with my heart, I can also feel my heart talking to me when I'm starting a ride, when I'm warming up. It's as if maybe I'm doing an extra beat here and there so that my body is reacting to you know, the extra stimuli to start warming up. After a short while, that goes away. It doesn't happen very much. Before I got Afib again, I wasn't feeling that at all. I'm sure glad you're doing a 110 pace, because it makes it a lot easier, a lot nicer between the intervals for me. That turned out to be the fastest I can go today.
The rider.
We'll ask him how far he is. Yeah, Lee! Get some water at the store? I mean at the school.
Hi, Gary. Hi, guys. Be safe.
Yeah, absolutely. Had to make this last rest stop just to get some calories in. There's other things I do to keep pressure off my heart, and that's with eating well. A lot of plant-based, predominantly plant-based. Unless I have a little cheat meal once a week here and there, I don't eat shit. Don't eat shit, because that adds up. That causes stress, that adds up. So I'd rather get the benefits of what I'm doing rather than have to fight what I'm doing. And that includes no caffeine. Most people get up in the morning, have that cup of coffee, and just quote unquote 1 cup of coffee. That's putting stress on your heart. That's forcing your heart to do something that it's not ready for. If you can't get more sleep because of life situations, work and all that, then just understand what the caffeine can do to you. I did a lot better on that climb this week than last week, so that should mean I do a lot better next week, as long as I do stuff right this week. Man, the temperature today is forecasted to be 108, so we took off at 7, but we took a little longer to do the ride, and by the time we finished it was 103. No wonder I was feeling weak up at that last rest stop. I just had to go get some wind going over my body, get that convection effect. One of the main things, there's actually a number of main things. One of the main things with keeping pressure off of your body, off of your heart, is sleep. Before Afib, I was doing my Zwift in the mornings. So I'd get up at 5 o'clock and I'd go do a Zwift crit or cruising ride, and I do that 4 times a week. Then by the time, I usually take a nap middle of the day, like 20-30 minutes, and then when it's time to sleep again, I'd be in bed by 9 o'clock for sure, and I'd be tired and I'd sleep almost all the way through. So after the Afib attack, I obviously wasn't riding Zwift for that 1 week. I took that week off. I wasn't getting up early. I was staying in bed longer, rest some more. But what was happening is that my sleep was getting less quality because I would take a longer time to fall asleep. Sometimes when I get up in the middle of the night, I'd be up for 2 or 3 hours. Beginning of this week, I actually started getting up at 5 and recreating that other scenario that was working for me before. And by middle of the week, it was beautiful. I was going to sleep by 8:30 or 9, sleeping most of the way through. If I get up, I fall asleep again. Yeah, it just less pressure on my heart, less pressure on me. Because you don't want to have adrenal fatigue, because when you're pumping out that adrenaline, it's because that your body wants you to go, and you want your body to go. It's forcing that adrenaline out, and so one of the things it does, it forces the heart to go faster, which when it's not ready to go faster, you don't want it to go faster. That's why that caffeine thing I talked about earlier, you don't want to drink caffeine. Anyway, that's my end of ride lecture. This was a good ride, but man, it was hot coming in. All right, comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.